Hey guys, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Billy, and we're Next Gen pastors here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to the show.
All right, today we have some special guests with us.
Yes, we do.
They're our pastors, they're our friends, they're our community here in Las Vegas. It's the Pena family.
What's up?
I love when family does it. Anyway, tell us your guys' names. Tell us a little about you. We'll start with your parents.
Okay.
I'm Danielle Pena. I'm Mama Pena.
Mama Pena.
Joe Pena, Daddy Pena.
Oh gosh, that was so
That's so weird.
Okay.
What about you guys?
I'm Fiove. I guess we're doing a little intro with ourselves. I'm the favorite child. I'm Addie.
She's like, I'm not even gonna refute that. That's
Today,
so funny.
me and Addie have got a list of Gen Z slang that we want you guys to guess.
Okay.
Some of it's kind of cringy, so we're gonna.
Yeah, and like some of it you probably know. But.
Okay,
All right,
so
let's go for
you're
it.
gonna say some Gen Z lingo. We're gonna figure it out.
We're going to try and either use it in a sentence or give you a definition.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Good luck.
the first one.
What is it?
Wait, what was it?
The first one is snatched.
Snatched.
Yep.
Like you're looking good.
Okay.
See,
Is that
that's
right?
what I thought as well. Like,
well,
no,
your
so
outfit.
Billy, you
your-
snatched. No,
Yeah.
So I thought, no,
No.
I thought that meant that your outfit's on point, like you're looking good.
Okay.
So
No, I thought like you snatched him up. Like,
Oh, that's a good point. That's
All
not
right.
it. Okay, what is
No.
it? What's snatched?
Wait. Wait.
yeah.
I want to hear what
What
Dad
is
has to
snatched
say.
you?
Snatched means
Is this like
the
the
Greek
spelling
origin.
That's like a spelling bee.
snatched means you got her, you got him, you got them,
So you're similar in Daniel.
you got
Okay.
them all.
Okay.
Who's right? Any of us?
So Ashley. Wait.
Okay, well, it's like Ashley's more right, and Billy changed his answer after Ashley said something.
Okay. So snatched is like slim waist or like your contour.
Like-
It makes you snatched.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like you look
I love
snatched. Like let's say if you ever like did her like makeup really good. Like, oh my gosh, your makeup is like snatched. You know?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Snatched.
It's like
Learned a new term.
it's like
Okay.
some sort of
you
skinny.
snatched today, Danielle.
I know. I feel like if we use it in a sentence, we'll be ready for Sunday church.
I'm so ready for you.
Okay.
Next,
Our next one is pick me.
Oh my god.
pick me.
What's a pick me person?
Feel like that's not what I think it is.
Oh,
Which is like, I pick you, you know? Like, that's what I think, but that's not it.
No, I think you're really, really close. I think I know this one. This one
Okay,
is
go
She
ahead.
knows. She knows.
pick me, pick me, pick me. I
Okay.
thought it was like, and when I first heard it, like pygmy girl, but it's not. It's a pick me. Like, I want attention
is
all the time.
It's like
I want attention.
Someone who's seeking attention.
A pick me is a person that is trying too hard to get picked.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Good verbiage,
It's
Joe.
like, well
There you go.
done.
it's
Him and
like-
that spelling bee vocabulary over there
Yes.
today.
the next one is Riz. Like
Okay, I actually did see this on TikTok, but I have to tell you, I have no idea what this one means. You got Riz. I saw it like that, and I'm like, what is Riz?
Ashley.
Is it
Remember?
you got energy?
We talked. No, listen. We talked about this at youth camp. Remember? And when like we did the what are the odds, and I said I will say this blah 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 Riz.
To
Do you remember?
to riz him
Don't
up.
Riz him up. Is it
Like raise him
raise
up?
him up? Like lift
Okay,
him up?
Don't say
Like-
anything else. Don't-
Okay,
let-
Billy.
Raise him up.
Billy.
Okay, go ahead. What's your
Riz.
I don't know. So
It's
whatever
so weird.
whatever I say is going to be wrong.
Okay, just say it.
So okay. So if you're, I don't even know.
Riz.
This one's stumped.
I lose.
I lose.
Okay.
You get negative points in the
have to-
spelling
yeah,
bee.
you have to guess.
Skip.
I feel like
Come
Can
back
I try?
Come back to
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Let Joe try.
Let
Yeah.
Dad try. Let Dad
So
try.
I got Riz means I'm pretty legit. I'm cool.
Oh, you got style?
Like I'm what's happening.
You
I'm what's happening. I'm
You
what's
got
happening.
style.
Like I'm playing Roblox and
Roadblock.
or
I think
whatever you
Roblox
play.
is
They're
for
calling
like
you out right
younger.
Or whatever you play.
okay, don't diss Roblox.
Or
Hey,
we got
add
some fun
me-
games on there.
Add me on Roblox. Add me.
what's that one
You
game?
like putting your name out
What's
there?
that one game that kids play that did all the weird dancing moves?
Dance.
It's Roblox.
Dance?
Just Dance?
It's
No.
Roblox.
Like you can get characters
TikTok?
and they had certain dances.
Fortnite.
It's Roblox.
Fortnite.
Oh.
Fortnite.
Okay, man, I'm killer at Fortnite. I got some real riz.
Is that it? What
Is
is
that
it?
close?
Tell
Okay,
us.
so maybe
wait,
Addie's
wait.
better at explaining.
Okay,
this.
so it's like people say W Riz or L Riz, like, cause it's like, okay, so I'm a guy.
Okay.
I'm trying to Riz her up, right?
Oh my
I want her. There's like a few little things
okay,
that you can do.
Do an example.
Okay, there's like the weird, like embarrassing Riz, and it's like,
As an action?
it's like,
It's like, come here.
come
Here.
Hold on. Is Riz when you're hitting on someone?
Yeah.
Like you calling him?
No,
Oh,
it's like,
No,
it's
wait a
like,
minute.
Okay, or
It's
like,
charisma.
wait. Let's say you're going. What?
Yeah,
He
charisma?
said it's charisma.
It's
that
drawing
accurate?
power. I got that Riz. Jesus had Riz.
No.
No?
the pastor
Did I ruin
answer.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People wanted to see him and to hear him and be around him.
Well done,
Riz,
Joe.
wait.
Well done. Bringing
It's
it back
like-
to Jesus.
Okay, this guy's going to get this girl's Instagram, blah blah blah, and then he goes back to his friends and like, W Riz, if she says
Oh
yes.
my gosh, Addie's just doing examples. She's not actually
I don't
Well,
know,
explaining
that's
it.
good. I get it. I get it.
Then it's like,
I get it.
I think we get it. I think
Okay,
she did good.
okay,
She did
okay.
good.
Like a hype up flirt.
The next one.
I don't think it doesn't have to be flirt.
yes,
Yes,
it's flirt,
yes.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
Dad,
so maybe the
Dad.
Jesus Riz thing doesn't work.
No.
No. Definitely-
Jesus wasn't out there
definitely
flirting with
doesn't work,
everybody, getting the
definitely doesn't
Riz.
work. Okay,
Thanks, guys. We love you.
Okay.
Thanks for hanging out with
I love
us.
you too.
We are going to get ready for the main topic of our show and let you guys hear from our pastors, Joe and Danielle, all about if church matters, if it matters, why it matters,
Yep.
what it's all about. And we're excited to have this conversation.
All right, we're excited to dive into today's topic with our pastors, Joe and Danielle Pena. So let's go ahead and just dive right in.
Yeah.
Question of the day is, why does church matter?
Yeah.
So
Why does church matter, guys?
let's just start there.
Start
why,
there.
Why do you guys think church matters to Gen Z specifically?
Yeah.
I think church matters to Gen Z because people matter. And the church is supposed to be made up of people. And we all need community and relationships.
Yeah.
And the church is supposed to be made up of good people that are helping you to become better people and follow after Christ and to grow.
Yeah.
And so I think the church matters because we all need that in our lives.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
Love
I
you.
think there's multiple reasons why church matters.
Agreed.
One of them is accountability,
Yeah.
right? And so obviously we live in a culture where people get canceled for things that they say. It's a way to be in an environment where you can actually get called out on stuff that help you in your development and character process.
Yeah.
And so I think that's one of the reasons. But as Danielle said, the whole community aspect is, I think Gen Z would agree that relationships matter.
Yes.
And relationships within the church are some of the most essential ones because they help shape you as you develop in your relationship with God. But not only that, I think it's because if we define church the right way,
Yeah.
right, it's not a building, it's not a structure, it's not a religious system,
Yeah.
but it's the people who follow Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if Gen Z or anyone sees church as it really is, which is the community of called out ones who are following Jesus, then I think they can really find the real value in that.
Yeah.
There was one thing I didn't like that you said there, which was the accountability and call people out. Like some of those words are kind of like,
Yeah.
"Ee!"
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I think the church is supposed to be the most loving people on
Yeah.
earth. And so when you're called out or held accountable, it's not like you did this. It's
Yeah.
not how society calls out or degrades or pushes down.
Yeah.
It's more of an elevating thing
Yeah.
because I don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to be corrected or called out
Yeah.
on a lot of my stuff. But if you can tell me kindly
Yeah.
and be like, hey, this hurt my feelings, or maybe we could do this differently,
Yeah.
that's a lot different than being
Yeah.
like canceled, shut off,
Yeah.
blocked, ghosted, or anything else if
Yeah.
it can be done within love.
Yeah, I think I agree with you too. Like I love that the church calls us out and calls us forth, calls us higher is how we always
Yes.
would say it. And it's like if the church can call people higher in this way that points them back to who God created them to be,
Yes.
and the purpose that they fulfill, that is the purpose of church. Like that
Yes.
that is what church is on the earth to do, is to
Yeah.
we're the bride of Christ. We rally
Right.
together, we link arms, and we make this world a better place. And sometimes that does come with calling out. calling higher, calling forth. Like, it's the mirror. The church is the mirror to the character of God. Like, am I living up to the standard that he called me to live up to? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a stat online. I'm going to read it. And it says 52% of Gen Z have little to no trust in organized religion. And only 14% of Gen Z trusts organized religion completely.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, it's scary.
It is a really scary stat. I think it's because we put trust in the organization and not in God himself.
Yeah.
And so the church is made up of people, and people are flawed, and we mess up as people. We're leaders and pastors, and we mess up and we fail. But I serve a God that is perfect and flawless and faithful and loving and caring, and he does not fail. Yeah. And so that's what we're striving to be.
Yeah.
But the church doesn't do it because we're made up of people. And then I think it comes back to that love. The church is supposed to have that love to be able to help people grow in that. And so we're just trying to represent God and follow his truth and his word.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I would go back to how we define church and defining it correctly, because if I see myself as part of the church, as part of that community of called out ones, then I can take a sense of responsibility on helping the next generation trust this thing that God called the church.
Yeah. Wow, that's so good.
That's so good. And like, even just to say, like, you talked about how, you know, the church is, you know, flawed people. And a lot of times I feel like the church puts too much emphasis on those flawed people and not enough on God. And so that's where the idea that Gen Z doesn't trust the church. It's not that they don't trust the church necessarily. It's they don't trust the people running the church.
Yes.
And so the church in itself has gotten too far away from keeping God as the focus and pushing their own agendas or pushing their own image. And that's where I think the church needs to kind of refocus what they're doing in general.
Yeah. They trust God. They just don't trust the people. Like, they trust God. They want to have faith in a higher being. They want to believe in something better than the world, right? They want to have a belief of something, whether it's, you know, you hear people talk about, well, I believe in the afterlife. Okay, well, then you have some type of a sense of belief in a higher being. And so then when you look at that at an earthly level and you look at the church, it's no wonder it's so hard to trust God.
Yes.
Right? So they separate it. And I think that when I look at that stat, I even go to like, okay, does that mean that they're just not attending church? Like, do they have faith in God? Or is it like they have faith in God, they're not attending, or they don't have faith at all? Because if they have faith in God, but they're not attending, that stat probably is a little bit higher, which gives me hope, you know, for the future. And so this kind of leads into the next question we wanted to ask you guys of, what do you think the main functions of a healthy church should be? It's a heavy question, I know.
I think... So I was thinking about this as I was thinking about this next generation trusting the church. I think one of the things that is lacking and has been lacking for maybe the last 10, 20, 30 years is discipleship, because we're all just coming back to discipleship all of a sudden, because we realize, wait a minute, we've done really well at putting productions and services and filling up these massive campuses, but people don't know how to follow Jesus. And I think one of the things that the church can help teach the most and display the most is grace. Grace, how to have grace. And a different type of cancel culture, meaning learning how to forgive.
That's good. That's really, really good. I think of like church in general, it's this place that's supposed to be safe. And I think for the last decade, we've taken church to this different level of safe. I don't know how to explain it. It's become a production. So produced services feel safe. And we talked about this on a previous episode, but like produced services feel safe because then we aren't having to disciple people. We're not having to get into their junk with them. When you actually look at Acts 2 and the first church, when church was born in Acts 2, and they got in people's junk. Like, they got involved, demons, all the things, they got involved in them. So where did we get far off from? We don't need that.
Yeah, this kind of brings me back to when you're saying that, when the early church was involved in people's life, like they were discipling, walking with them, and keeping them accountable. It was a relationship. I think there's a part of church that the accountability is like, oh, you're calling them out, you're keeping them accountable, but you have no relationship with that person. And so you just come across judgmental and like a jerk. And that's what the church looks like, when that's not how the church is supposed to come forward. It's supposed to come across in that discipleship, in that loving, in that relationship. And so we have always said, first, let's build our bridge of trust with somebody before bringing your truckload of truth. Let's build a relationship. Let's build trust, and then let's help them grow closer to Christ.
Yeah, the point back to discipleship is just that. Like, that's how you build trust. You disciple people. You get to know them. You bring them into your group. You bring them into your home. You hang out. You have community with them. And one of our, like, biggest things we've always said being youth pastors is we're here to build circles, not rows.
Come on,
we are not
good.
here to fill up 500 kids on a Wednesday night. That's great. That's a great goal. That's a great goal to have. It means more kids are getting to know Jesus, more people are coming to know him. But the goal is never to fill rows. It's to build circles.
That's
build
so
community,
good.
build trust. And I think that's the one thing that I'm so grateful Gen Z is bringing us back to, is they crave community so bad. They crave being discipled. Even though they might not know that that's what it is. They crave it. And the church is bringing us back. Like, they're helping us bring the church back to that.
Do you feel like there's a wall with Gen Z at first when you start talking Christ, though, and start
1,000%.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The wall is thick.
and so how do you break the wall down?
Yeah. It's a good question.
It's a great question. I
You
mean,
just reverse that back on us. It's a good question.
I think the problem with Gen Z and church and Jesus being kind of pushed on them, there's the lack of relationship and the lack of trust, to the point where they don't want to hear people pushing agendas or pushing opinions on them if they're not going to be someone that they trust or find credible or and so when it comes to sharing the good news, I think the church is doing a poor job, and they're stuck in their ways, and they're very outdated when it comes to
that's a good word for it.
the way that they can reach each generation as it comes along. So there's a lot. So they're trying to do things they've done 50 years ago
for our parents,
for their parents or grandparents. And it's not going to work for this generation.
No.
So that's why there's a lot of pushback, or there's walls, because they perceive information differently now with the way they have the internet and social media. So there has to be a new way that the church is presenting things to this generation in order for them to receive it.
Yeah, and even allowing them to step into leadership roles to help bring that awareness into church. Like, one thing I love about, so we are on the pastoral team with Joe and Danielle at Vida Church here in Vegas. And one thing I love about what we all do is we collaborate in a way that we even invite our students in. Like, I'll call your girls. Is this a dumb idea? Like, should we say it this way? Should we phrase it that way? What do you think? Like, bringing them in because they know how their generation's going to be reached.
Right.
And if I'm 2, 3, 4 generations away, I'm not going to understand. I mean, we just saw it in the lingo they use. You know what I mean? So what sounds like a situationship to us is different, So it's like, why not bring them in? And I think, like, the encouragement for any Gen Zer that is listening is, like, yes, church does matter.
It does.
Find yourself in a church. Find yourself in a community. Find yourself with a group of people that believe in Jesus and can spur on your faith. And let church come alongside of you. Come alongside church, too. Right? Find yourself in a position of leadership in some capacity at church that can help you help the church. Like, we can't look at the youth kids and go, oh, they just fill seats.
Oh, no.
No, they're the next leaders of this church. Like, they're the next pastors. They're the next worship pastors. Like, they're the next ones running the booth.
And I just read a stat that within the next 10 years, churches in America, there's going to be a huge transition. I believe it was just over 50% of current pastors in the U.S. most likely will be retiring within 10 years. So there's a big need for that younger generation to step up into the church and to kind of continue God's work. And we're missing the mark when it comes to them.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
We have a lot of discipleship ahead of us.
We do. Yeah. It makes me excited because I think back to, like, my youth group experience. It was circles, not rows. Like, it really was just like gathering at somebody's house, connect groups, you know,
Yeah.
small groups. And Wednesday nights we had worship, but then we would always gather around and pray for one another and like actually put into practice Acts 2. We were Acts 2, you know, and
Yes.
I'm grateful that Gen Z is the Acts 2 generation, as we keep hearing, right? Like, they're getting us
is.
back to the original design of the church,
Yeah.
and the original way of the church.
Yeah.
And I think the next generation, I think Gen Z, they want good for our society as a whole.
Yeah.
They want racism to stop. They want trafficking, human trafficking to stop. They want good things for our society. And so the scripture says in Proverbs, show me your friends and I'll show you your future.
Yeah.
And so if you can get in a place that wants to help change those things as well, and I believe that's the church's call
Yeah.
and job, to end poverty, to care for the widows, the sick, and the orphans, to be able to help people, if that can be the church,
Yeah.
the future looks great for Gen Z.
Yeah, that's so encouraging.
Yeah.
What a way to end an episode. Oh my goodness, that was so good. Do you have
So
one other
good.
thing? Sorry.
Yeah, I did have one last question
Go for it.
to ask. So, in your opinion, how do you feel Gen Z can contribute to the church to make it better?
This is what I would say. So Gen Z is already in their 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would say
That's crazy.
The way that you can evaluate whether or not you're already stepping in the right direction when it comes to involving the gifts, talents, and voice of Gen Z is to look at your leadership team and see if there's any reflection of are they leading any teams? Do they already have a voice? And so I think it needs to be integrated in a central part to a church's vision to have the next generation in mind.
Yeah.
Not just so that they're ready for a transition, but so that they're already creating avenues and pathways
Yes.
for Gen Z to start stepping and leading today.
Yeah.
That's so
We don't have to wait 10 years.
Yeah.
We can create avenues and opportunities today.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
I mean, it goes back to passing the baton. The
Yes.
youth convention we were at a couple months ago, they handed us a physical gold baton, and it sits on our dresser at home. And it's this reminder that, like, you're not waiting 10 years to train up the next generation. Like,
That's
you
right.
are actively doing it today. Are you passing the baton well? The timing is so important when you pass the baton, right? Like in an actual race, when you
Yeah.
pass the baton, it's so important. It's the same when you pass generations for churches, right? When you go between generations for churches. I think that's so important.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
So, for those that are listening or watching, how can they find out more about what you do here in the Valley and
Yeah.
the people you're trying to reach? Where can they follow you, reach out to
Okay.
you?
So we have the privilege of co-pastoring Vida Church together. It's a multilingual church, which means we have a Spanish-speaking community and an English community. We feel really called. We've responded to the call of bridging the gap between those generations
Yeah.
and helping create a place where families can come worship together.
Yeah.
Those who were born in a different motherland and those who were born here, like me.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that we do here in Las Vegas Valley. And so we have a website, vidavegaschurch.com. Also at Vida Vegas Church on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook.
Come on, all
And
of it.
also,
All of that.
I would say that, you can connect with us on there. And what else would you say?
I'd say we'd love to meet you.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear your story.
Yeah.
And get to change the world together.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. We love serving with you guys. Before we do sign off, I just want to make a note that this is a Nike team, and I showed up with my Converse today, and I felt really bad about it at first. But now I don't. I feel really good. We are a Nike team, and I'm very grateful that you are Nike fans too. That's why we're all really good friends.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did hear only a dead fish swims with the current, Ashley. So good job being different, okay?
Thanks. I just really wanted all white shoes today.
Blazing your own trail.
I am. All right, we've worked up quite an appetite today filming this episode. So we're going to have some snacks.
Love our snacks.
We love our snacks.
Yep.
We're going to have some of our favorite snacks. And we're going to make a schmake. A smoothie.
Wait, we're actually going with that?
Schmake. We are
We
going
are.
with
A
that.
smoothie and a milkshake.
We're just not sure if it's going to turn out to be a
Because
smoothie.
it's milk-based,
It's
like a
milk-based.
milkshake.
Well, but
also-
but it doesn't have ice cream.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't
it's
like
nice.
root beer.
So-
It makes it like
Whatever it is, Hopefully it's good.
gonna
Hopefully
be
it turns out good.
It's gonna be something. All right, so we have Fiove and Addie back.
Yeah.
And we asked them what their favorite snacks were, and we grabbed some of their favorite snacks, mixed with some of our favorite snacks.
Yep.
And we're just gonna get into this. You guys ready?
I think we should add the hot fries in.
All right,
Okay.
so that's your choice.
So
to
your
add
choice
first.
is hot fries.
Go ahead.
I don't do spicy, so this will be fun.
What are you putting in?
Mine is the
Caramel.
M&Ms.
Okay.
Add some sweetness. Please add it. Please add some
ahead.
because
Go
that's
ahead.
spicy. That's good.
That's
Here
good.
we go. That's
That's
good. These are mine.
Nerd clusters.
Nerd clusters.
Okay.
Add some of those in.
I'm gonna go
I don't
ahead.
think those are gonna blend. If I'm
Dude, that's
being
gonna be
honest.
so gross.
Add my favorite.
Add that chunk.
The Reese's.
Classic.
So I'm not gonna blend the paper in there, so we gotta take that off.
And then combos.
Whoa!
It smells bad.
Take some of that out.
Okay. Then we've got, this is Fiove's pick, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in.
This will be my pick
This,
all day. A little bit more.
I can't swallow
then take a sip of that Mountain Dew. Or the,
it.
don't spit that in there. That's so
that's enough?
gross.
It
All right.
tastes so bad.
Here,
We're gonna
mix
close
it
it
with
up.
with a Cheeto.
You guys ready for this?
Ah!
What
All
are we
right.
calling this? We gotta name it.
If you'd like,
The
go ahead.
Firebrand Special.
Turn down your volume. It's about to get loud. Almost there. There's still some chunks.
It's the combo.
Oh, yeah. All right.
I didn't expect it to be that color, quite honestly.
That's
No, I
that's a
did.
good schmake consistency.
Consistency.
It
Okay.
looks kind of like
We got 4 cups.
no,
Turkey.
it kind of looks like a strawberry, raspberry, blueberry.
Oh, let's just pretend.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it smells good.
Let me smell.
Don't play, Billy.
Oh, actually.
But will it
Hey, I might
taste?
be down.
Will it
I might
taste
like this.
It smells like
like a peanut butter chocolate
smells
milkshake?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
in.
Let's see. Will it
I
taste
love
like
that we
though?
didn't have milk, so we were like half and half's the best thing we have. So maybe
Just
that's
a little
what
bit each.
maybe that's what'll make it better.
That's good.
Oh,
It comes out.
That's a smake.
That's
right
a
there.
schmake right there.
is that enough?
Oh
I don't-
my gosh.
Is this Billy's?
The consistency
go
is
ahead. That's-
disgusting. Bro, that's disgusting.
Yeah, you might want to put a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh, that one had a chunk fall out.
That is not mine.
That one had the most.
I'll take the chunk.
Fiove
it
would
up.
take the
Bro,
most.
what is that?
I don't know.
I
We'll
think
find
it's
out.
the nerd cluster.
We'll find out.
It looks like the
It might
gum.
be an M&M.
I'm gonna open the root beer
Unfair
so
that you
that
get
I
the root beer.
have
Just back
All right,
up.
here we go.
like a washer.
We're gonna drink this
Are we
together
gonna cheers?
and give our honest review.
We do that
You-
and then just go.
Yep.
Yep.
All right,
Ready?
cheers.
No.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And-
Addie, don't chicken out. Cheers.
Go.
Go. It's so slow.
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
Wait, don't say it. It's mine isn't.
Definitely
It's so
gummy.
slow. Look at that.
It's not bad.
It was definitely a gummy.
Oh,
It's not bad.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you got one too.
You gonna throw up?
it's just the consistency.
Maybe we need to add more milk.
No.
And the like
Surprisingly, this combination works.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. I think it. Okay, hold on.
No,
smell?
I don't
No, smell. Like I give it a 9 out of 10. If I smelled this alone, I would drink it. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation and that you laughed with us as we ate some disgusting. We will see you in our next episode.